Intonation, embouchure and vibrato. Here is how to. 5 super bonanza embouchure exercises using only your mouthpiece. I think it is difficult. I'm always struggling with this. I've trained this a lot and I'm still doing it. Tuning and intonation of the saxophone. But we need impeccable tuning as saxophone players, because one of the things most people can actually hear and relate to is bad tuning and bad intonation. In this video I'll take you through how to intonate on the saxophone by using your embouchure and vibrato exercises. In this tutorial, why do you need good intonation? The difference between tuning and intonation, the get great intonation, the greatest embouchure, exercise play a straight note, exercise lip bend, exercise your vibrato. Great sound is a part of great intonation. Hi there, I'm Søren and welcome to Søren Saxophone Lessons. Your support is very important to me in making these videos. So you are here. How about you hit the like button and the subscribe button? This is really appreciated. How to get great tuning and intonation coming up right now. Why do you need good intonation? Because music is meant to be played together and connecting people. When playing together or with a backing track, music sounds really wrong when out of tune or the intonation is bad. Each individual pitch has a relation with a common pitch. Each pitch also has a relation with the pitch of the previous and the following note. In Western music, which contains most jazz music, we are working with the overtones of the tempo tuning. These rules are definition of tuning. Following these rules makes us able to have instruments which all can play together. The difference between tuning and intonation. Each instrument can be tuned. Since we were working with tempo tuning, we bent the rules of the overtones and the instruments are actually slightly out of tune. What we are doing to the instrument is bending a natural sound into a logical system which is much easier to overview. The instruments are built this way, but it's still a very difficult task to build instruments that are exactly the right measures to be perfectly in tune. When we tune our instruments, we're hoping that all tones on the instruments are aligned. We tune by settling the mouthpiece in the right position. Further, we work on our air pressure and breathing to get a steady flow. We get a great embouchure to keep the pressure steady for soft and loud playing. We need a good and even mouthpiece that is aligned with the saxophone to get good tuning. In theory, with perfect embouchure, perfect air support and great equipment, the saxophone should be in tune. Then comes intonation. The perfect situation, as mentioned above, does not exist. This is why we need intonation. We do not always have perfect pressure and embouchure, but this is something we can train. And not even the best saxophones and the best mouthpieces are perfect. There are always some notes that you need to push a little bit back or slack a bit with your embouchure. Play a note a little bit higher or a little bit lower to fit the tuning of other instruments or the tuning of your own instrument. This you do by using more air pressure, slightly different embouchure, adding an extra fingering on the saxophone. This is the most difficult intonation, being able to listen to the tuning and the pitch, immediately react and correct. This is the most difficult part. Immediately react to the tuning by listening, react. Get great intonation. The basics of good tuning is great air pressure and good embouchure. As mentioned in other videos, you need to practice these. These videos on sound and great air pressure you can find in the description below. It's a combination of both air pressure and embouchure. You cannot have great tuning and intonation only using your embouchure or only using air pressure. You need both. The greatest embouchure. To achieve great tuning, demand you train your embouchure to be flexible and at the same time strong. The first couple of exercises are only using the mouthpiece, but we start with your index finger. We start with using a finger because you want to exactly feel where the mouthpiece should be placed. Put your finger in your mouth like this. Like this. Okay, you got it? It's difficult to talk when you have your finger in your mouth, so don't talk like me. So just do it. Like this, okay? I put my upper teeth between the nail and the first joint of my finger. Right there. I push out my lower lip so I get a fat lip a bit out. Like that. The feel of the upper teeth should be sharp against your skin of your finger. The lower lip should feel broad and soft against the lower side of your finger. You should not feel your teeth at all on the lower side. If you feel your teeth, you should push out your lip more. The more flesh surface, the less sharp teeth you have against your finger, the more flexible eventually your reed can vibrate. Move your finger slightly up and down to feel the steady point of your upper teeth biting into your fingers. This is the steady point, right there in the middle. Feel the flexible lower lip against your finger. Upper teeth, lower lip. You want a tight embouchure. You can tighten your lower lip by smiling. You see? This pulls out your lower lip and the muscles gets tightened. Putting the teeth right, the same place. Lower lip. Tightens. Take out your mouthpiece, only your mouthpiece with reed and ligature. Put it in your mouth exactly as before when you're using your finger. Blow a note, you have to blow pretty hard to get the sound out. If no sound is coming, smile a bit more. Blow a little bit more air through the mouthpiece, so push more. When you have sound, you want the sound to be a relative high pitch. A high C for an alto mouthpiece and an A for a tenor mouthpiece. Check this with a tuner or a piano. You want this note in concert on the piano. Just hit the A, this has to be an A. You do not have to reach this note immediately, go there gradually. When you, for example, start on a lower note than the A on tenor, keep blowing air into the mouthpiece and gradually tighten your lips by smiling more and more and tighten the lips. That's how you get there. Just do this slowly, get used to it. It's very, very, very much a question about putting the teeth right on top of the mouthpiece, putting the lip right on the lower part of the mouth, on the reed, and then slowly get used to tightening this up. If you hit a squeaking sound, you need to increase your air pressure. You hear that squeaking noise? You need to put more air pressure if you have this. Exercise. Play a straight note. On your mouthpiece, play the highest note possible. Hold it steady for 4 seconds. Remember to have good air pressure and slightly smiling lower lip. 4 seconds. Don't let the note fall or raise. Keep it straight. When you start the note, use your tongue to attack. Now exercise to keep the note steady by multiple attacks with your tongue. Play really slow and take your time to hear the sound of the note. Do not rush the notes. Get into a good rhythm. Still, it does not matter what note you are playing as long as the note is steady. The height of the note will come with repetition. Exercise lip bend. From the straight note, you should also exercise to drop in sound. This is to train your embouchure to be flexible and to be able to adjust to what you're hearing very fast. Start by playing the note straight as before. Play the note for 1 second or 2 seconds and then drop on the 3 and the 4. Play the note for 2 seconds straight and then make a drop. How to drop? Slowly lower your lip. Even a little bit, you almost cannot feel it. I feel the drop mostly in my jaw. Some can feel it in the throat as well, and some feel it in their tongue. But I feel it in my jaw. When you work with the tongue, it can be an E sound to an A sound that you feel. Again, if the mouthpiece is squeaking in one way or another, you need more air pressure. When you lower your lip, you actually let more air into the saxophone. You see, I'm pushing it closed, and the more I loosen my lip, the more open it gets, the more air pressure you need. Eventually, the drop should be an octave or more, seen from the highest note you have reached to the lowest note you use. One octave. If I can get higher. If you only drop a little part of the way, don't worry. Keep at it and you will get there. Little part does matter. Great. Great. Keep the air pressure. It's one of the most important things, and a tight lower lip. Vibrato. It's not a siren, it's a mouthpiece with vibrato. The vibrato is a beautiful tool to get a bit more life into your tone. Many players use vibrato on longer notes or at the end of notes. Listen to some of your heroes, your saxophone heroes, and hear if you can recognize when they use vibrato. The vibrato is also a super great embouchure exercise. The training of your vibrato is split into more smaller exercises. We start with baby steps. Number 1, basically we need to make the exercise, the lip bend, faster and more flexible. So the big lip bend. Start by doing the lip bend down and then up. The note distance, the distance reached, is not important. So down and up. First you play a straight note, then you go into the bend, and then you go back. At the end, it's important you get back to the note you started with. This is training your embouchure to respond with your ears what you are hearing. Keep training this till it feels natural. Straight note, bend down, bend up, straight note. Just keep going at this till you master this. Number 2, train precision. Play a note on your mouthpiece. Now go a small step, like a half step down. You do not need to have exactly a half step, it could be a whole step, but a small step down, and go back to the same note. When you do this, keep a relative steady time. For example, you can count to 4 before you start and follow this pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so forth and so on. Keep going. You can choose a slower pulse or a faster pulse, but it's important you keep going. Speeding up. The exercise is now to speed up the vibrato, starting with bending towards the quarter note in the bar. With 4 quarter notes in the bar, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up. At the end of each quarter note, I bend towards the following note. Repeat the exercise till you really get the hang of it. You need the bend to be steady and direct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep repeating this pattern. Number 4. The speed is in the subdivisions, 8th notes. Playing the same exercise in the same tempo, but increasing the speed by playing 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. For every 8 note, you change direction of the bend. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplets. Use the same exercise, bending the tone between the notes, increasing the speed by playing triplets. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Sixteenth notes. Again, increasing the subdivision to increase the speed of the bend, becoming a vibrato. For every 16th note, you basically move the direction of the bend. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Keep the air pressure. If you feel any abnormalities, so the weird sounds or anything, it's air pressure. Your lip is okay. Keep it relaxed, smiling, air pressure, air pressure, air pressure. Your embouchure flexibility and intonation will be much better when you work with these exercises. Great sound is a part of great intonation. I have made several other videos regarding sound. To gain great sound, you need airspeed. You also need more airspeed to get good intonation. If you feel like it, you're welcome to check some of these videos on sound. The overtone manual, exercise lick, get better control. Practice overtones to get much richer sound and better tone control. Sound is everything, get better sound, exercise and how-tos. 4 of the most effective sound exercises for your daily practice. All links are in the description below. You are of course welcome to ask questions and give comments on this video. Your likes, shares and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. All links mentioned in the video are available below in the description. Play music and have fun.